Hello and welcome to the first episode of Let's Play and my first video. My name is Ashlie and for my channel Ashlie Plays Sims, you guessed it, I'm going to play The Sims. So I'll be playing The Sims 4 and I will be playing along a challenge of my own creation because although this is my first video here, this is not my first go with The Sims. I've been playing The Sims now for 5 years. And although I've started a few challenges, I've always had difficulty finishing the challenges because they've always been long or too complicated for me, or I've just basically lost interest. So I decided to create this challenge, and that was my excuse to start this YouTube channel for me playing The Sims. So here are some rules. I'm going to post a proper official listing on Tumblr and maybe see if I can get it on one of the Sims actual forums to see if anyone else is interested in playing along. But for now I'm just going to give you a quick rundown of the rules so that if you want to play along you can, and if you are more interested you can obviously look up my Tumblr, which is under the same username as this channel, Ashlie Plays Sims. And in case you're not looking at your screen right now, it's ASHLIE. I know it's an unusual spelling, but it is on my birth certificate. I'm not just trying to be cool. So this is the Eccentric Aunt Challenge. Rose, this glamorous redhead here, is playing my aunt, or of course she's not an aunt just yet. This is the first generation. And there's only 3 generations to this challenge, which I think is going to make it a little bit more interesting because the end is in sight and some of the rules, I think, kind of make it a bit more fun. So there aren't a huge amount of rules and there's nothing fancy you have to have on your lot at all times. Not that that's not fun itself, but I just thought I'd make it simpler in some ways and, I don't know, I guess it can be complicated in other ways. It's a challenge after all. So the first thing you need to do is create 2 sisters. Now I tried to make mine slightly different. Of course, they do share a love of pink. Obviously. I mean, pink is amazing. Pink is just so cheerful. You can't see me right now, but I'm wearing pink, even though it's not Wednesday. And as it's December, I have a mini pink Christmas tree on my pink desk. And no, I don't live in a Disney film. So you have to create, back actually on topic of The Sims, which is what I meant to be doing. You need to create 2 sisters. And the one that you're going to have as your aunt, your eccentric aunt, you must give them either the unflirty trait if you have the City Living expansion pack, but if you don't, you can give them non-committal. And it will have kind of a similar effect, like they don't want a committed relationship. Basically, Rose here, as beautiful as she is not interested in getting married or having children. She might indulge in a few rounds of woohoo, but nothing committed or long term. It falls to Hazel, Rose's beautiful blonde sister here, to spawn the children for the next generation. So I'll just give you a quick rundown of the rules and then we will decorate this house just much more nicely. So the first rule is to create the 2 sisters, give the unflirty or the non-committal trait to Rose, the one you intend to have as the aunt. Now the aunt is going to be surviving for the whole 3 generations of the challenge, so I advise you to get on it with your aspirations in order to get her enough youth potions in order to stay around for the entire challenge. So for generation 1, the aunt must remain a young adult and complete 3 aspirations. Now you can use cheats once for 1 aspiration in order to help you on your way if you're struggling, but only 1 challenge, 1 aspiration can be completed using cheats. The other 2 must be completed legitimately, and that's another reason why she needs the youth potions, which she might have to take from others in the family in order to be around long enough to complete those aspirations. The sister must get married and have 2 children within the first generation. One of these children must die or move out as a young adult. So there's kind of a backstory to these two, and if you want to play along, you can actually download these sisters from the gallery. My username on the gallery, the Origin gallery, is very Ashlie, and very is capitalised as well as Ashlie, and it's the same spelling as on these channels, and you can download them. They're a fairly recent make, so you shouldn't have to scroll too far to get to them. And in the backstory, it states that they've arrived in Willow Creek, or whichever place you want to start at, with a trail of unsolved murders in their wake, and their fists clutched around 50,000 simoleons' inheritance. And you'll need to use the cheat to do this. So this is on top of what they had as their funds to move in with. You can use the Motherlode cheat to give them the 50,000 simoleons, but that is the only time you're allowed to assist them with money, and you can't just move them into whatever house you want to. So I'll explain more about the property issue in a moment with the rules. So at the end of the first generation, Rose, the aunt, the eccentric aunt, must still be a young adult, and one of the children must be dead or have moved out. So in the second generation, once the last of those 2 children from the first generation have become a teenager, the parents, which is the sister, so poor Rose here, and whoever she chooses as a husband, must die. They've got to both die at the same time. Now the easiest way to do that, I guess, is to kill them in a pool, but if you have other creative ways, I'd love to hear them. So if you pop a comet? Yes, go to space. But you could also, instead of leaving a comment, you could leave a comment in the section below and let me know different ways that they could be killed, or that Rose, the eccentric aunt, could kill them, because that's kind of part of the story, is that one of them is a murderer, but which one you make it is your choice. Obviously it's the eccentric aunt, because that's why she's going to be alive for 3 generations, because she's some kind of devil woman, but you could swap it around. It doesn't have to be Rose. Or you could have Hazel off herself, by being clumsy, setting herself on fire while she's cooking, any number of the ways that you can kill yourself on The Sims 4. Although doesn't seem to be as many ways for a sim to die on The Sims 4 as there was in Sims 3, but I'm sure there are many more experienced players out there that will be able to tell me different creative ways, so please let me know. So in this generation 2, the parents must die, so this is poor Hazel here and her husband. The aunt, in this instance this is Rose, must become and remain an adult and reach the top of her career. So once she's completed 3 aspirations in the first generation, in the second she must reach the top of her career if she hasn't already done so, and she must remain an adult throughout the entire time. The teenager must marry and have 2 children. So the teenager Hazel's teenager, obvious reasons it could be easy either way to keep the girl or the boy, but whichever this teenager is, they're going to have 2 children and obviously get married too, or at least have someone move in with them. So once it gets to generation 3 of 3, once the 2 children from generation 2's offspring, sprogs, once the 2 children become teenagers, the father / husband must drown in a pool. And this is because I'm kind of trying to make it more mysterious and interesting, and kind of prove the point that someone is responsible for murders, and we're not naming any names. The mother must die in a pool once the children become young adult. So the last child, as soon as they age up to a young adult, the mother must also die in the pool. And this could kind of be labelled as, sadness with the grief of the passing of her husband, or you could just say it's another mysterious death. After the death, the aunt must become an elder and outlive the 2 children. So the last 2 children, they have to go through their careers, their marriages. Well, the most they can get married. They can't actually have children. So they go through the rest of their lives, and Rose here must become elder after the death of their mother, but outlive them. Now, there are some other finicky rules which I think make the game even more interesting. But the first rule is they cannot build their own house. They must move into a home that's already been built and it's already in the Sims world whenever they move house. And they must move house every time somebody dies. So that can be a bit of a pain, but it kind of keeps the challenge interesting. And of course you can decorate and remodel the inside of the property, and you can change the colour and the kind of the fencing and stuff outside, but the structure must remain as it is. And of course, as the game moves on, the more money you'll have, and the more you'll be able to afford the fancy and nice houses that are already in the game. You cannot create a house for them to move into. It must be a house that existed in the base game or in any of the cities when you actually got the expansion pack or the stuff pack. So you cannot change anything. Must be given a 50,000 simoleon inheritance at the beginning of the game. No one must witness the deaths unless your Sims automatically go towards, when they witness the death of a loved one. You must keep the people that witness the deaths to the lowest possible number. And this again is to kind of serve the mystery of who's getting killed and why they're getting killed and how they're getting killed. Once the first children are born, the first 2 children are born in the first generation, there must always be a butler. Now this came with the Vintage Living stuff pack, but if you don't have the stuff pack, and I think unless you have it you can't get a butler, you must always have a maid that comes to the house every day. So there must always be a servant on your property, or coming to your property at least 5 days out of the week, in order to satisfy the rules of the game. And this is kind of to hint at the kind of the mystery and the luxury of where Rose and Hazel came from, because as you can see, Rose is a very glamorous woman here, wearing the majority of Vintage Living stuff pack stuff, and Hazel is kind of a little bit more low-key, laid back, but still très chic. And then the final rule is that the aunt, so in this instance Rose Alexander, must paint a portrait of every single member of the family and display them in a room. And there are bonus points if she dies in that room. So those are the rules, and we're going to try to stick to them as closely as possible. Another reason why I wanted to do this Let's Play was because it would be an opportunity for me to trial this challenge and see if it actually works and how enjoyable it can actually be for a player. Another reason why I stated that one of the rules is you must move into a house that's, obviously already there with the base game or whatever, is that it just cuts down the amount of time I'll be talking and building and not actually playing. Because I don't know about you, but I get so distracted actually like rebuilding the houses, and it just, I don't want to be talking and just building. I could just do one of those fast builds, whatever they're called. So the first thing I need to do to comply with the challenge is to give them their mysterious inheritance. Where did they get this money from, guys? I don't know, but someone sure died for it. So this is one of, not the nicest neighbourhood in Willow Creek, but this will be their first home, and I know it doesn't look much, but I'm going to possibly expand or give a second floor, or a first floor I should say, once Hazel meets someone and begins to have children, because I'm sure we're going to need to move into a bigger house to fit them all in. So the first thing I want to change very quickly is just the outside. I think for future purposes, I will decorate the house and make all the changes to it once I'm not actually playing, and I'll just update you of any changes when I log in, just to kind of keep it simple and not bore you to death. Not a death in this game. And the reason I kind of wanted it pink was because not only do I love pink, but I was watching a Let's Play that Steffo Sims does. I'm brand new, so I only just discovered that this is a thing. And she made them a lovely little pink house, and I have quite often had pink houses, so I thought if all the cool kids are doing it, then I will do it too. And as well as I'm going to be looking at this for a little while now, and I want it to be as nice as I can make it without spending too much money on it, because I want them to live a lovely luxurious lifestyle whilst I am setting them up. Is that the right roof? Yes, that's the right roof. I don't know if that's the right trim for it though. Have a pink. No, I don't have a pink. I will have it white though. Oh, it's already white. Okay. So I'm not happy with the door. I think it could do being a little bit taller. And we're gonna have it pink. Yay! Just because I think it's really cute. And we won't change the windows other than just to change the colour. And we're going to make these pink too. This is actually really exciting for me because I wanted to do this for a little while now, and I've been talking on my Twitter, as I'm sure some of you are getting incredibly bored by now of hearing about it. But I've been thinking about it for a while and talking about it and wondering what equipment you need. But I actually realised I didn't really need any equipment to do it, because I already had it on my Mac. It's perfect because I'm going to make it. I don't like the fact that this bedroom is open plan though. So I think I'm just going to expand it now a little bit. Yes. Apparently you can't move the bathroom though. Ooh, okay. Oh well, I deleted the bathroom while I was doing it. So that's great. Okay, I'm just going to change it up a little bit. So I'm a real pain, I know. I just wanted to put in a few walls because I don't think there's enough. I think we could easily have three bedrooms, sorry. And then I'll just have this bathroom here, and then that just gives a little bit of a nicer look to it. And we'll keep that like it is, I think. Oh no! There's a toilet roll on the outside of the wall. I don't think we'll need it there, guys. I'm just going to. And one more here. I think that's enough. So, I know you're thinking now, she's doing exactly what she said she wasn't going to do. She's not talking very much. She's just going to update. She's just going to update the house like she said she wasn't going to. However, nobody told me what to do, and I've decided I want to do this. Just a few changes I think will make all the difference. What's in here? Okay, so we're going to use some of these things. There you go. Don't like this. I'm going to put this here. And this here. So, quickly head for the bathrooms, and we need a little bath. Let's get it in pink. It's a bit of a rubbish one, I know, but they're not really exactly loaded at the moment, and I think it's important to reflect that. Although they have this mysterious inheritance, they have to be careful. They can't exactly throw it all around, and I think this is the best way to reflect that. Okay. These are my favourite doors. They came with the Windenburg. They get together stuff, expansion pack, sorry, and they just look so much better. And there's one here and one here. So we can have this as the baby room, provisionally. But for now, I'm going to have it as an office. I'm not going to spend loads on the office. I just want it to be enough so that they can both do career stuff with it. Now, do I invest? Yes, I'm going to invest in a nice computer. I know that takes a little bit away from our money, our living money, but I think it's really important that they have a computer that works. So, beds. And I'm just going to get these double futons. They're not great, but they're not rubbish either. And I think they kind of suits this kind of apartment style living. A slightly different one here. Often telling myself I shouldn't be afraid of colour, but quite often I use the same kind of look for every apartment, which is greys and blues, like really light blues, etc, etc. And it does get a little bit boring. So what else do we need? A bedside table in both. Now what colour? Ooh, that's nice. I'm going to make this one in here, leave it white. And then they'll need a light in each room. Just something on their table. I guess this is kind of the nicest one without being utterly rubbish. Just a little candle. And of course, you should make it romantic in the bedroom anyway. It's a little bit extra. Actually, I'm just going to have one in one bedroom. Yeah, that's what we need. We do need, however, a desk chair. Just thought about that. Just have this foldable chair that's only 30 simoleons. And then we should get them a TV, shouldn't we? That would be kind. But we'll get them a tiny little sofa. It's not too expensive. Let's get them. Oh wow, that looks lovely. There you go. So many nice, like side tables, really. So of course I'm tempted to give them like the best curved television you can get, but I think I will. I will just give them this kind of shabby. Could give them the kids' television, couldn't I? Oh, gives a comedy skill though. One up from that, I think. Hopefully they're not going to need to spend too much time on the TV. And then we'll give them a dinky little kitchen, and hopefully it will be enough for them. And I'll just redo the floors and the walls. So, I want to give them a pink one. We can't, can we? Let's give them kind of a multicoloured little. Yes. No, let's have it here. I never know which colour to go for because I normally go for the really expensive stuff. I think I'll go for white. It's only 2 anyway. And then I'm going to splurge and give them a dishwasher because I always just think it just makes things a lot easier than sorry, I'm stuck, I think. Or, now this is 80 simoleons, but if I splash out on this 1,200 simoleons one, it gives me money back, so it actually works out in the long run. Yes, I'm going to do this. And then a tiny little table. Ooh. Yes. And some chairs. I'm going to have one pink, one green. This. How ugly, but it's going to suffice for now. So I need lights really. I quite like this one, and it does give off a lot of light just in this one area alone. And then I will have one in here, and that's all I need really because I have the light in the bathroom. And quickly, I'm just going to put down I really love this one though. No. I'm gonna splurge a little extra. It just looks more realistic. Okay. And then one bedroom, can have that. second bedroom we're going to have green. Oh, it's lovely green. And then I'm going to have a tiled floor. Oh. Pink. That didn't cost too much either. So I'm going to have the basic kind of all pastel house. So I'm going to have this lovely green, and I think it goes because of the pink window and door. It kind of just looks a little bit fun and, well, eccentric, eclectic, whatever you want to call it. And I think I will leave this here a little bit bare, or I'm going to leave it bare in order to give it a bit of a tile, make it a little bit more interesting. And I feel that Hazel, the blonde, we'll call her, would have this kind of more eccentric kind of room because she looks a little bit more fun and less glamorous. And we're going to give her a lovely shade of blue here. Not the obvious pink colour that you'd expect, but I kind of want to make this house colourful but in a really pretty kind of pastel way. And what colour should we have in here? Oh, let's have a lovely yellow. That would look lovely. And then before we finish, after I've done the tiles here, I will just do a quick sorting out of the roof. Yes, I'm going to have fun with this. I'm going to give them the most lurid pink, well, more magenta than pink bathroom, just because I think two girls living together would have this bathroom, if they could choose. Of course, if a man decides to move in, things might change. It might get a little bit dull, but we will try to keep that from happening. Oh, do I have green tiles? Or white? Or white, I think. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that. No, there's no other changes that need to be made. It might look a little bit sloppy at the moment with the windows and stuff, but I'm trying to get this done as quickly as possible so that we can actually start this first session without it being all me talking and talking about this house. So, everything else can be solved later, like the ugly outside and stuff. So, the first thing we need to do after we've had the mysterious inheritance is a locked door for everyone but household members. And the first thing she wants to do is play Blick Block. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is get them into careers. And let's give her a career. Isn't Hazel very pretty though? I just love this kind of classic, almost Barbie look. And I don't mean that in a disparaging way. I just think she just looks so classically beautiful. Unfortunately, she also needs the computer to be able to work on her career. How selfish of Rose. So, sit here and join a career, please, Rose. And I'm going to have you fill out reports. Wow. I'm going to talk you through the traits in a moment, but try critic. So Rose's, okay. So Rose's traits are, she's a snob, a vegetarian, she's business savvy because of her aspiration, and she's unflirty. And Hazel is a snob too, and a vegetarian, but she's family orientated and she has the domestic trait because she has the big happy family aspiration. And I have to, for Rose, earn another 25,000 simoleons, so she better get working. Ideally, I will get them both a computer. Or perhaps I should splurge now. Yes. I'm gonna do it, guys. I think I need to, just because then they're just gonna be fighting over the computer all day. The desks are so expensive though. I love this one. But just how decadent does it look? This one kind of has like a really cute look about it, but I don't think that Rose as a young adult would have it. Let's give her... What's the difference? They're all black. Should give it a lacquer table again. And I will give her the fancy computer because it's only fair, but possibly I'll give her the pink one. This might have to be my final splurge though. Okay. So now we have to be sensible with the money just because bills will be coming in. And now she has to, as part of her career, level up in the writing skill. And one way I'm going to save money is by doing auto lights. Light. Just because I'm already anticipating big bills. This one here, 2. Do we have any outside lights? No. They could get mugged or anything outside. Oh, who's this? So we have to get Hazel married off as soon as possible. Oh no, a welcome wagon. I hate the welcome wagon. It's just so boring. Oh, who is this guy? Oh, I think he's a somebody. Oh no, I think he's already married. No, thank you guys. We're not interested in chatting. I mean, I know I should really. This girl is very pretty too. Summer holiday. Isn't she a makeup dream? But sorry guys, they're not interested. Hazel has reports to fill out and Rose is busy trying to improve as a writer. So we have to respect that. And you guys need to just stop talking on their front doorstep because that's even more rude. Okay. I'm trying to remember what else they need in the business career. I think it was charisma. So I'm trying to decide which skill to work on next, or to start. And Rose is just taking an inordinate amount of time to improve as a writer, because surely you should just improve as a writer within 15 minutes. Not so, as proven by this. I guess we're not wanted here. No, you guessed that right, buddy. You guessed that right. So, yes, they've all gone. I'm in danger of making them both introverts or loners here. Oh, Rose can now self-publish. Okay, let's serve some lunch, guys. Mac and cheese, of course. Oh. Hazel's browsing the web when she's meant to be doing reports. I guess she finished her reports. How lazy is this one? Okay, let's send her to the toilet because I think she needs it. And Rose will need the toilet afterwards. Yay! So grab a serving. And Hazel's going to grab a serving too. And then let's get you two talking before you both become loners and introverts. That's going to be really difficult when it comes to getting Hazel to meet the guy of her dreams. So let's be nice about the meal that Rose took the time to make. Discuss interests too. Oh wow, Hazel, that's so nice. So let's have a bit of a gossip. Who doesn't love a bit of a gossip? Oh wow, I don't know you can be inspired by that. Oh, how nice of her. So after that she's going to go to the toilet and then I will... Oh, they're just so confident in each other's company. Snobs together. Yes, Rose. You've got every right to be very snobby. I'm very happy to be snobby. So the least you could do, Hazel, is after you've finished, you could do a little bit of tidying up. Oh, is this chair going to be in the way? Should be able to. Clean up. Let's see if she'll clean up Rose's plate too. No, she's not going to do anything. Clean up. No, we're not chatting. We've got to put this away. Let's see if Rose can do it. Oh, I think that there's not enough room. Oh. So soon. Yes, there's not enough room. There. I think that might be better actually. Doesn't get in the way. Hazel has gone to browse the web again. She's so lazy. Put away. And then let's have her sit down for a little bit of well-deserved channel watching. Ooh, Politism. So guys, I think this is a very good place to stop here. I know that you've not really seen much of Rose and Hazel so far, but I think it's actually going to be interesting as a game. I just need to keep these videos shorter and oh, just never mind me, I'm talking and apparently they're becoming good friends while I'm talking. Is it me? Am I influencing them? No. Probably not. So anyway, I think this is the best place to cut the video here, and hopefully next time we start up there'll be less me worrying about the design of the house and more of them actually playing. So thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.